gonna fork the bill out and, but
Right.
like I say, I told him, you know, there's a lot of us in my department that we volunteer to help out with installations or any of that. So we'll come out on Saturday and Sundays and we'll come out and help you guys, whatever it takes. And
And I'll bet if you ask the community, I'll be there. You tell me when to show up. I'll come help you.
Okay, guys, we're on live
Okay.
now. And so I'm going to go ahead and call the meeting to order, if that's all right with everybody.
Mhm.
And welcome to anybody who's watching at home. We're happy that you're with us. Okay, call to order. Commissioner Navarro is not with us tonight. Commissioner Herrera is unable to be with us. Commissioner Hayes,
Here.
Vice Chair Ponce,
here,
and I am here, Chair Sandy Richards. Okay. Next is Pledge of Allegiance. Vice Chair Ponce, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
sure, but everybody has to say it, okay?
Yes.
I pledge allegiance
To
the
the
flag
flag of the United States of America
America,
and to the republic
for
for
which
which
it
it
stands,
stands,
one
one
nation,
nation,
God.
indivisible,
visible,
with
with
liberty.
liberty and
and
justice
for all.
for all.
Thank you.
Okay, great. Okay, minutes. Did everybody have a chance to look over the minutes? Oh, approval of agenda. Sorry, my bad. The minutes on there? Approval of agenda.
Move to approve the
I
agenda.
second.
Approval of the agenda, and Commissioner Hayes just moved to approve the agenda, so I need a second.
Second,
Okay. Commissioner Hayes, what
Yes.
is your vote? Okay, Vice Chair Ponce,
yeah.
what
was
is
it?
your
I'm
vote?
sorry.
What is
Yeah.
your vote? Yes, and I vote yes, so we're approved. Are there any public statements?
No public statements for tonight.
Thank you. Is the approval of the minutes on the agenda, or did I miss it?
It's under consent calendar.
Oh, that's right.
However-
Thank you. How did I not know that?
However, I think we may have to table the minutes because of lack of quorum, since Commissioner Herrera is not here tonight. You need 3 members that were present at the last
Present at the
meeting.
last meeting.
Okay,
I move to table the approval of the January minutes to the March meeting.
I second.
okay. Commissioner Hayes, what is your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Ponce and Vice
Yes.
Chair Ponce, sorry, I keep doing it.
Okay,
And I
yes.
vote yes, so we've tabled that. Cultural Arts Liaison Report.
And we do not have our cultural arts liaisons with us tonight.
Okay. New business. Approval of the art murals on private property. I saw the memo. Julian, would you like to give us more information
Sure.
on the memo?
We are moving a little bit more in line with how the city council runs their business. So when any new item or new business comes before this body, staff will be having a staff report, so you guys could have a better time to review the requests from staff. So that way you have, you could actually, look at it and then, make your recommendations or give us advice on
Great.
how we would move forward. So from this meeting moving forward, anytime there is new business, the staff will prepare a staff report so you guys could review it before you make your recommendations or provide guidance on that item. So that being said, we talked briefly about the art murals on private property at the last meeting, but it was decided that we table it until there was more commissioners available to discuss it. So what we'll do is give you a little bit about a little background about what the murals, art murals were established. back in December 7th, 2020, the city council passed an ordinance that permitted the painting of murals on private property. And the ordinance number 1700 was attached so that you guys could review it and let you guys know about how it would govern. The ordinance also provided a task or charged the Park Wellness and Recreation Commission with making the final approval of the of an application of a public art or a mural, and then with that, then the applicant could actually paint it onto the private property. It would go to an appeal if the particular if the commission voted that that particular application was not, they didn't grant them the permission to paint the mural. So what we do is I am asking if we form an ad hoc committee to review the applications, and along with the cultural arts liaisons to look at the applications and review it based on the ordinance guidelines. So the ordinance has a set of guidelines of what how a application should be processed. Now, the application process begins at the community development department. They will take the application, make sure that all the particular T's are crossed, the I's are dotted regarding the application, and then they would present that application to the commission to review it. And then the ad hoc committee will then look at that particular application and then meet on it, discuss the public, the art, what it's supposed to be, what, where it's, potential land, and then make a recommendation to the full body to either accept or permit or deny the application. If the ad hoc committee or ultimately if the commission approves the application, then the applicant could go and paint the mural. If the commission denies the application, then the applicant has 7 days to appeal to the city council, and then there's a process for that. It's also spelled out in the ordinance of what the appeal process would be. So our task now is to look at who could be on that ad hoc committee to be looking. So when applications come in, they could definitely look at them and then start the process of either denying or approving the application.
I'd be happy to serve on that, but I'm just wondering, should we wait till the new people start? Is there any word on that?
We do not have any word on any new appointments. We could definitely wait if you want to, or table it until we get it, the new commissioners, but that could take up to, whenever these current new or the new council members decide to replace the existing. So it could be, next month, but it can't, it could take, longer than that. I don't have a timetable when that is going to occur.
Okay. Well, it seems like since we are a smaller cohort today, maybe we should just push it one more month. What is everybody's thinking? Commissioner Hayes and Commissioner Vice Chair.
Yeah, that you, Chair Richards, you brought it up. I had the same question. Given the potential restructuring
Mhm.
forming an ad hoc with our current members may or may not be, I mean, it may be a moot point, right? And we have a great commission right now, and it would be wonderful. And I don't think we would have any, sorry, my dogs are getting dinner. I don't think anyone would object to, or maybe there is an objection to, if our commissioners, if any of us are removed from the commission due to restructuring or what have you,
Mhm.
can those members stay on the ad hoc as community members, or must they be removed? And I'll
Okay.
answer that, and then I got more.
Yeah, the ad hoc committee will be made up of current commissioners.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
okay, so like Chair Richard said, that if we wait at least another month, can we send, as a commission, send a note to city council to say, hey guys, kind of waiting on you.
yeah, no, yeah, you could definitely, if the commission's desire to postpone it again one more month until you get the other commissioners' input on it, then you could do that. Right now, to my understanding, there may be an application coming, but I don't know yet if it's submitted or not.
Is it possible to review that if it does come between now and March?
Mhm.
Can we then review it and March as a commission? Though we don't have an ad hoc.
Well,
we
here's
look at
the problem with that is that you need to look at the whole application in its totality. And that's where the ad hoc committee will look at the application, take time to meet on it, the merits of the art that's being proposed. And it's not just looking at it one night and say, yeah, let's vote for it or deny it. So the process is a little bit more involved in making a decision that night.
Is it then, last question, I promise, Joe, sorry.
No.
Is it possible to form an ad hoc with those of us who know we aren't leaving presently?
Yeah.
Along with us, and I'm happy as Ms. Richards said, I'm happy to be on the commission on that ad hoc as well. But we can also restructure the ad hoc once we get everybody.
Yes.
So do we create an ad hoc at risk of being maybe in a temporary ad hoc? We can restructure that ad hoc once we get the new placements, but that way this process isn't held up by us.
Right.
And if the change happens in March, great. If it happens in May, that's like 3 months. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That way, if there are applications that come in, we're not slowing things down. Everything in the city is slow anyway because of COVID.
When this body reorganizes, it will take take into account the two offices that are held, the chair, the vice chair, the community arts liaisons, and any ad hoc committees that are part of the commission. So when that reorganization occurs, then whatever is established, what is happening, will also be considered for reorganization.
So why don't we create one now? Let our arts liaisons know. If we get another application, we convene and review. And if we don't, we don't, and we restructure when we restructure.
Yes.
Is that amenable?
What's your thoughts, Vice Chair Ponce?
Ooh. Did I lose everybody? Still there?
Yeah,
Yes.
you just turned off your video.
Okay. My suggestion is that we table it till next month and let's find out, because we've gone through this once before. We've gone through this in the past, and unfortunately, if I were to get on there, I would like to stay on it. And the sad thing is, I won't have any input if it does. If something does change next month, that's going to be it. So for myself, I would suggest that we table it till next month and see what comes out of it. See if they're going to make any changes, or like I say, Julian, nobody has come out with anything yet. The other question that I had is when the new commissioners that will be coming on board, can they do the oath of office on Zoom, or do they have to be present?
No, they could do the oath of office on Zoom.
Okay, so it can happen at any time.
Mhm.
So, I mean, that's my suggestion. I would vote to table it till next month.
Okay. Commissioner Hayes, are you amenable to that, or do you want to go forward with
Well,
a
I'm okay.
motion, or?
No, I don't mind tabling it. I was asking, I guess, just as a means of, I think because Julian mentioned there was one maybe coming soon or something, and maybe I misunderstood. If the ad hoc then takes that application to look at it, and then it's approved or not approved, whatever the case may be, that ad hoc, if it's, you, myself, and
Mhm.
one of the arts liaison, and the three of us look and say, yeah, it's a go, then
Mhm.
whatever happens in March doesn't matter, because we've
Mhm.
already looked at that and approved. Or if Joe is on it and yourself are on it, you approve or disapprove that application, and then if it's moved, then if we change the ad hoc, then we change the ad hoc.
We can do
So
that.
it's not, but if I misunderstand how that process works, by all means, let me know. I'm happy to wait if there's nothing pending, so it's not like we're going to be holding anything up. I think I was just asking because if there is something that's waiting for approval, then let's not wait on approval. If
Mhm.
there's nothing sitting there, then there's no reason to do anything right now. I mean,
Right.
that makes sense too. I don't.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So I absolutely.
if there's no rush to do this, Julian. We can
Yeah.
actually push it up. But if there is, then I'm for, I don't mind joining, being part of the ad hoc until something happens or
Yeah.
something is decided. But if there's nothing pressing,
Yeah.
then I would suggest that we just table it till next month.
I agree with that. Is there anything pressing, Julian?
To my knowledge, there is a possible, but nothing has been submitted.
Then if nothing's submitted, then nothing's pressing, right?
Yes.
So I'm with Joe. Let's push it to next
Okay,
week.
so I need a motion.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
So I put a motion to table it till next month.
Second.
Okay. Commissioner Hayes,
Yes.
Vice Chair Ponce,
Yes.
and I vote yes. So we'll table it till next month. And thank you for, I prefer to do things like it by consensus. So parliamentary procedure is a little hard on me. So, but I appreciate your willingness to talk it out first. Senior Citizens Advisory Board recruitment. Mr.
Okay,
Venegas.
this item, I brought it back to clarify. At the last meeting, I requested that we consider opening the Senior Advisory Board to at-large members when the designated groups could not fill their seats. As you recall, this senior advisory board is made up of 2 members from the Senior Citizens Club at Las Palmas Park, 2 members from Park Avenue Senior Club at Recreation Park, and 1 member at large. Since I think 2016, we haven't had enough people to fill the board. There wasn't interest or just time. We haven't had people willing to serve on the board. And then when COVID hit, it's just like there's no activity going on. So I think it was hard to recruit anybody there. So I made a recommendation or asked for advice about being able to start recruiting from members at large when those 2 seats or when seats were not able to fill by the certain clubs. But after reviewing our activity at our sites, which we do not have any senior activities going on presently, it would be a little bit too premature to start really focusing on getting that recruitment because they wouldn't be able to meet. There was no activities they could report on or anything like that. So I would like to table the recruitment until our programming comes back and we do have our centers filled with senior programming. So then that way we could do an active recruitment from people participating in our activities and reach out to the general senior population.
Any questions, commissioners?
I have none. I do agree with Julianne about tabling that.
Same.
You're on mute.
Sorry, would someone like to move to table it?
I move to table the seniors advisory board to the March meeting.
And I second.
Okay. Commissioner Hayes, what is your vote?
Yes.
Vice Chair Ponce?
Yes.
And I vote yes, and it passes. Okay, continued business, statewide park development and community revitalization SPP grant.
Okay, well, as you saw in your agenda packet, we are going to provide this report on a monthly basis about what's going on, what the department does. So we may alter the way the agenda is presented. If this flows better, then it's fine. We'll look at it, but we're looking at also revising the agenda. But for right now, we left it that way to see how it flowed. So that way we do that. Okay, so in regards to the statewide park development and community revitalization, or the SPP grant, staff continues to gather the feedback from stakeholders, residents, and organizations that use our facilities with our community input meetings. To date, we have had 4 meetings in this latter part of last year and early this year. We have had 4 meetings. We are going to have one more meeting on February the 13th to get that input from the various groups that use our fields, residents, and stakeholders. And then we are going to incorporate that particular information into the application. The ideas that that make up the renovation at each site that we're proposing comes from one, the community that gives us the input, but the other one also is from the park master plan that was that City Council approved in early 2018. So those 2 tools are used to gauge of what projects we recommend to the community, and then the community reaffirms or shapes the actual application that goes in. We might have an idea, but they refine it and give us the final input to say, yeah, that's a good idea. We want this, and we would go there. But this is only for the application. If we get awarded, then more community input would be start up to actually get the final design of that project. So with that, that's what is going on. We're going to have our last meeting, like I said, on February the 13th. And then we will submit the application. We are recommending 3 parks for applications. They are Recreation Park, the Las Palmas Park, and it is a Pioneer Park. And the applications are going to be due on March the 12th. I'm happy to answer any questions regarding the SPP grant program.
Commissioner Hayes?
No questions. You've been very, very thorough, very thorough this whole time, and the last presentation was fantastic. So looks good. I'm still excited.
Vice Chair Ponce?
No questions here. Thank you, Julian.
My question is, what time is the meeting on February 13th?
It is at 11 a.m. And you could access the meeting at the city website, but also by sending an email to Juan Salas, and he will send you the link, happily send you the link to the meeting, but you could also access it through our city webpage to get that information. It is being advertised now at our webpage, so people, that scroll down through our webpage, they'll look at it and they could sign up for it there as well. Yes, Joe.
Yeah, so it is open to the public.
Yes, it is.
Okay,
Yes.
I should have asked that prior. Thank you.
Sorry, one more thing,
Mhm.
Chairman Richards. Because it's 11 a.m. and I mean, I know I'll be teaching at the time, so I think we'll be able to join. But if we want to, is it going to be recorded like our commission and city council meetings to view later, or so that we can watch? And
Yes, the meetings are being recorded, but it's going to be on a Saturday, February the 13th. So we've done the last meetings we try to target during the day for people, organizations that we invited to come in, and they're working during the day. So we invited them during, like, I think it was around 1 o'clock that they participated. We've had them in the evenings during the
it's my mistake.
This one happens to be on a Wednesday, on a weekend.
Great. I can be there. I apologize. I thought the 13th was a Friday. Never mind.
Yes.
I've been on Zoom since 8 a.m. with work, so brain's a little fried. All right, fair enough. Thank you.
Julian, if I may, I believe the meeting is at 12 noon.
Is it 12 noon?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I stand corrected. Thank you, Linda.
Great, thank you, Linda and Julian, for that. And then the next item, virtual programming.
Okay, yes, our staff continues to engage our community by providing a variety of programming. We are continuing to do our health and wellness videos, our activities that parents could participate with their children. And each month, we try to do a different craft related around a particular holiday coming up, or honoring the various activities that that are offered during the month. So here's a whole list, and this is only a very partial list of the events that are occurring. Like the senior craft is on February the 11th, Valentine's Day bingo on the 10th. At 11 a.m., the Park Loteria on the February the 19th at 1 p.m. Park Bingo on the 24th of February at 11 a.m. The Golden League categories event in Spanish on the 25th of February at 3 p.m. Then we have the Parent and Me painting activity on the 27th at 11 a.m. And also the Golden Letters. This is a pen pal program between youth and seniors, and that's ongoing. That happens throughout. Just keeps on going. The more people that have registered, and I believe this is slowly increasing. We've been getting more participants, both seniors and youth, participating in this particular program. And then our ongoing activities that we have, that are virtual, is our senior Zumba class that is occurring, and then the Mariachi Master's Apprentice program. They are working and learning and learning the instruments, and they're looking at possibly doing another concert. They're seeing if they have enough time to do another concert on that. And if they do, then we'll definitely let everybody know that a new concert from the students has been done. If you haven't had a chance to look at it, There is a concert right now revolving around the 20th anniversary of the program. Happy to answer any particular questions regarding our virtual programming.
Any questions, Commissioner Hayes?
No questions.
Any questions, Vice Chair Ponce?
No questions here. Thank you.
Great. Okay. And I have no questions except to say, carry on. Beautiful work.
Thank you.
Okay. Community theater program.
Okay, well, a little disappointed here. Our activity seems to have stalled a little bit. We did get a lot of interest, a lot of enthusiasm at the early part when we introduced the program. The early part of 2000, the latter part of 2019 and early 2020, we had people coming to our meetings and really enthusiastic, but unfortunately, that kind of has dwindled. I sent out an application for anybody interested in serving on the board. It was a nominating form that you can nominate anyone or nominate yourself to participate. And to date, I only have one application that has been returned for this particular program. So we're going to continue letting people know about the activity and hope we get more people sign up for it. I think my next step is going to be to probably do a news, not probably, but do a news release, an article, letting people know that we want to start this program if they're interested in serving and volunteering for the program. Without a board that could help us lead the activity, it's going to be real hard pressed to move forward. And then we'll see what we could do, but hopefully we'll be able to recruit some more people to serve on the board.
Yeah, if I may, I think, two things. One, out of sight, out of mind. If we're not having a meeting or we're not doing anything, people it's out of mind, because there are so many things on the minds of people these days, especially over the holidays, and we're still wrestling with COVID and online everything. So I don't think it would hurt to reach out to our mailing list and say, listen, we're going to meet so we can discuss this, because this is the step that needs to happen. We must have a board to move forward. And with the people that are interested, and we have some great individuals that have been coming to meetings. Julian makes a great point to say the interest we had, the people coming to the meetings have a lot of great ideas, a lot of great energy. And sometimes, one or two might need a little push to say, hey, I think you could help us lead. I think you could take a role here. It's just been my experience that sometimes suggesting it to somebody can be the thing that gives them the confidence to say, yeah, you know what, I can do this. They may not be willing to self-nominate. It might help for people to get to know one another at the meetings. If we had a meeting where we had, everyone that was at the meeting, give them 2 minutes, say, hi, my name is, this is what I do, this is where I live, this is why I'm interested. I would love the theater to do X, just something that gets us to know one another. It's been lovely seeing the people at the meetings, but I certainly can't say I know anybody but yourself and me, right? So I think that might be where we're stalling. I feel like that's where we're stalling, is not everybody that have been meeting knows who each other are. So to nominate somebody they don't know, they're not going to do that. And to nominate themselves, sometimes it takes a lot to just say, you know what, yeah, I can lead this, You and I have already stated in the meetings that you're our city liaison. I'm the commission liaison. Like, as far as the board goes, we're not the leaders. We really want it to be the community-led organization, right? And so for us to say, we're not going to chair it, is the bottom line, because that's not our role. That's not the mission of the theater to begin with. So I think it'd be great if we could have another meeting. If you're watching out there, come join us, and let's just get to know each other a little bit, and get to know who we are, what we want, the vision, some of our experiences. Because, there's some 17, 18, 19-year-old kids at those meetings, sorry, young adults. I'm much older, so you're children to me. Some young adults that could be excellent board members. We've got some seasoned veterans, as it were, with lots of experience that could be excellent board members. And that collaboration could really make San Fernando Community Theater a really cool thing. But I think we need to set up another meeting. If we could do that for late February, maybe early March. I don't know what your schedule looks like, Julian. I hate to put it on you or Linda, but certainly you have the Zoom, the technology to set that up. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a good suggestion that we could have the meeting again and look at to spark that interest again, and maybe just start, like you said, getting to know each other, and then slowly moving to get someone to help us out.
Wednesday nights are awesome for me.
Okay.
Happen.
All right.
Thank you, Julian, for doing that. Appreciate it.
Great. So our decision on this one is just y'all are going to have another meeting, and maybe at the meeting you could have everybody have a copy of the application and just invite them to look it over and ask any questions they have or any reservations they have. And
I think that's a really great idea. I mean, starting a theater, starting something like this is a marathon, not a sprint. It does take a lot of time. So if you're, for those watching, it was a year ago that we had this idea that we got approved, and a year come April since the city council said, yeah, green light, go for it. So the fact that we're here discussing a board, that's actually a success. I don't want anyone to get discouraged. That's great. That's really, no, it really is. I'm not being flippant at all. I really mean that. This is a process, and to be where we're at, I think we're actually in a very good space. Let's face it, folks, we're doing all this during a pandemic, right? And we're still making things happen. So go us. We're good. We're all right.
We're good. Okay. Fantastic. Okay. So number 7, department's response to COVID-19.
Okay, so we are going to restart our resident food program that we deliver, or we pass out a box of non-perishable goods and personal PPEs for families. We have had approximately 3 distributions so far, and we served approximately 237 families or households in San Fernando here, our residents. So our next food distribution will be on February the 20th on 2021 from 9 to 11, and it's going to be at Las Palmas Park. We have the list already for round 4. This will be our fourth round, and people who are already registered will be called and given a date and time when they come and pick up the food. Well, it's going to be at Las Palmas, but give them a time slot to come and pick up the food. That way, it's manageable, and so we could definitely distribute the food within the 2-hour time limit. But people could still start registering for the next round, and we anticipate having another round, round 5, possibly a 6, if we have enough money left over in the grant to provide it. But people could start registering for round 5 already if they haven't done so. And they could do that by going to the city website, the www.sfcity.org, and they could register there. If I believe there is a phone number that you could call to if you cannot, if you don't have access to a computer, where you could sign up for the registration there as well. So we're excited to restart that program. Also, the department continues to partner with the Los Angeles Fire Department to provide COVID testing and vaccine hub at the Recreation Park. The site operates Monday through Saturday from 9 to 5. You do need an appointment for either the testing or for the vaccine. So residents could make an appointment for that vaccine at carbonhealth.com /COVID-19 vaccines, or for register for the testing at curative.com /sites /14728. So people could get their testing there. Then hopefully that they don't need a vaccine. Well, actually, they'll be getting a vaccine. They could also register for vaccine. Right now, the 65 and over population could actually make reservations for the vaccine. And I still believe they are doing first responders. It's all by appointment, so you do need to have your paperwork when you come to the site. There is no walk-ups for the vaccine. Happy to answer any particular questions regarding our COVID response.
Commissioner Hayes, any questions?
No questions. You guys are doing an amazing job. It's no small feat.
Vice Chair Ponce?
The only thing that it's just really not a question. I just know I've spoken to a few folks here in San Fernando, and I know that I haven't gone on the website, but I hear it's really difficult to get on, and half the time that it's been crashing. I don't know like you say, I have not tried getting on, but I know some folks that have gotten on, especially some older folks, have just really the frustration of first of all, not knowing what they need to do, and then getting on and it not working. Do you know anything about that, Julian, that they've had any issues with the website?
I think the demand has caused a lot of,
Yes.
For lack of a better term, a backlog. People are trying to access the site, and it's just, it has crashed.
Yeah, it's crashing. Yeah.
Our staff, our front desk staff, have a number that they could definitely give when people call us and ask, with the same concerns that they're not able to get onto the website. We provide them with the number for both the testing and for the vaccine where they could call. But again, the demand is a lot, and we've been hearing stories that people are waiting a long time on the phone as well, up to 45 minutes to an hour to get a response. It's a hit and miss when you log on to the website. Sometimes, we've been also hearing reports that it took only about 20 minutes to get an appointment. I think I think two things: the person who is making the appointment has to be persistent, and if it crashes or there says no appointment, they need to just log off and log on again. Keep doing that until they get in, and then call us and we could give them a number. But that'd be the same thing as they're waiting on there. It is. I think the demand for it is a lot.
Too high. It's just too many people calling. Everybody wants it.
Yeah. The hope is that as more vaccine sites come online, then the demand for any particular site will lessen, and there'll be more vaccine available. But unfortunately, right now that's the case.
Julian, the only other question that I have: those calls that are being taken, do we have a team in place in the city of San Fernando that are filtering those calls, or are they going to?
No, they're going directly to the provider, which would be Carbon Health or Curative Services. We're just the host site.
Right.
And, pass on the information regarding how to go ahead and make an appointment. But we're not the service provider.
Got it. That was it. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay. And I don't have any questions. Lane Park Revitalization Project.
Okay, so we're a little excited about that. We have selected the firm that will be the design company that will actually design the project, all the amenities, what it's going to look like. So our next step is to gather more community input on the design elements. The grant itself calls for certain park amenities that are going to be built, like a basketball court, a soccer field, restrooms, public restrooms, shading, picnic shading, and so forth. There's several elements that need to go into the project. However, the design is totally up to the community. So we are going to host a series of meetings to get that input, to find out what the final product will look like. I'm right now in the process of venting several NGOs to assist us with the community outreach. And once we get one in place, then the community meetings will start. So we're going to have 3 meetings to develop that design process. And then once I suspect to select a company or an NGO to help us with that with the next couple of, from 2 to 3 weeks to get that taken care of. Happy to answer any questions regarding the Lane Park.
Okay, Commissioner Hayes, any questions?
Questions?
Vice Chair Ponce, any questions?
None here. Thank you.
And I have no questions. Youth Reinvestment Grant Program, Tuchin Youth
Yes,
Empowerment Program.
Yes, our Tuchink Youth Empowerment Program. It is going strong. You know, fortunately that they've been able to adapt to the virtual programming to continue providing services for youth. This is the third cohort of the activity. They have approximately 28 youth enrolled in the program. And the average amount of service that is provided is 4 services consisting of tutoring, cultural programming, virtual workshops, themes of spirit and community wellness, and case management services. So of the 28, you know, they've been tapping into these various types of workshops. So those are the ones that they've been doing it. They've been doing cultural programming to connect the youth, the local youth, with programs, career exploration, music, art classes, and so forth in their programming. The case management, they have a licensed MSW on staff, but also they have interns that come out and provide services that help families access basic needs and provide linkage to other supports in the community if a family may need that support. They utilize their PUCU. PUCU is a parent company of the program. PUCU is also part of the Titavan Band of Mission Indians, and they have a emergency stop services, and they also use that to tap into help support families during the impacts of COVID-19. They link families to other food, utilities, household assistance, and other services that a family may need that. They provided a safe place and positive activities to help the youth in the program and the supporting families to cope with, again, the impacts of COVID-19. The services from January include an estimated 135 family members, and that not only the youth, but the extended family who have received benefits from this particular program. It continues to forward. They're going to start recruiting for their 4th cohort, and I'll give you more information on that once that starts and how people could register for that particular program. That is it regarding the TwoSync Youth Empowerment Program. Happy to answer any particular questions.
Commissioner Hayes, any questions?
No questions. This is a great program.
Vice Chair Ponce, any questions?
No questions here.
And I have no questions. Staff communications.
Okay, I do not have any. Well, actually, we do. We're looking at possibly starting some on-site activities. The county did alter the stay-at-home order to start allowing health and wellness activities to start. Staff is looking at the possibility to do that and seeing how the guidelines, if we could provide an activity like that, following the guidelines, then we would look into starting some health and wellness activities. They have to be outdoors. They have to follow the social distancing, and there's a cap on how many participants could participate. So we are looking in how we could provide that program. So staff is researching and looking at it and seeing if we could do that. And if we will, if we can, and then we would move forward with that.
Any questions, Commissioner? Oh, so is there more? I'm sorry.
No, that's it.
Okay, Commissioner Hayes, any questions?
No questions.
Vice Chair Ponce, any questions?
No questions here. Let's just hope
And-
that we can get through this a little quicker and we can start resuming indoors or something. But yeah.
And then Linda, do you have anything you want to add?
Yes, I'd like to share a little something. If I can just, I'm going to go ahead and share the screen here. You can give me 1 second. Here we go. Okay, so we had men to reach out to us, meeting each need with dignity, and they let us know that they are willing to help us out and extend their services. They're going to be, they have a team that delivers essentials such as food and PPE kits to those that are who are in isolation or quarantined because of COVID. And on this flyer, you can see the areas they are serving, and San Fernando is on there. So there is a number on this flyer for people that could benefit from this. And they also offered to assist us with any programs that we have or any activities like our food distribution programs. They can set up a table and also distribute items there too, including PPE. So I thought that was really great. In addition to that, I also wanted to share this flyer. We're really excited about the Parent and Me painting class. This is for a parent and a child between the ages of 3 and 10. It's going to be on Saturday, February 27th.
Linda,
Yes?
we can't see that flyer. We still see the MEND flyer.
Ah, okay. Sorry. Let me try this again. There we go. Can you see that? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so we're really excited about this particular activity because it's going to include children, and we are getting a big response. So if anybody's interested, please register. There's only a few spaces left. All materials are provided. They get their canvas, painting brush, paints, and they just drop by and pick it up. You know, we can hand it to the parent here at Las Palmas Park. And this is in conjunction with First LA Best Start and Los Angeles Education Partnership. So just one of the many virtual activities that we do offer through Las Palmas Park, and I just wanted to get that out there. And that's all I have.
Okay, any questions, Commissioner Hayes?
No questions.
Any questions, Vice Chair Ponce?
Good job, Linda. Thank you. That's it.
Yeah, me too. Good job. Okay. Commissioner comments. Commissioner Hayes.
Yeah. Thank you everybody for having the meeting tonight. I would like to take a moment and address an email I received recently requesting I change my background image on Zoom. This background what is known as the Pride flag and a representation of the Black Lives Matter fist, denoting multiple shades representing multi-ethnic skin tones, has been my background since we began our virtual commission meetings in June of 2020. I was emailed by the city on January 14th, 2021, respectfully asking me to remove it. Then the email said, quote, "You're a public official representing community members of many different ethnicities, backgrounds, and political ideologies, which makes it important to avoid advocating messages that may be construed as being inappropriate or inflammatory while conducting city business." Okay. The email further suggested I choose an image from San Fernando, which, like a park, a landmark, in order to remain neutral. And I chose our newest art piece, Children in Cages by Lalo Garcia, suggested by our city, which can be seen on our mission trail at Maclay. I just want to be clear with everyone watching or listening or viewing whenever you're seeing this, and to the whole city that I proudly serve, that representation matters. I serve the city of San Fernando, all of San Fernando, not a single person, group, or special interest. I serve San Fernando. Therefore, choosing an image in June was a concerted effort on my part to show to all our community, especially our underrepresented residents, that they are seen, heard, and their lives matter, and that they are represented. If you follow the city council meetings, you'll know that they are in the process of standardizing backgrounds for all city representatives, and I think that's great. But I want to let everyone listening to know that they are welcome and respected here in San Fernando. And if you have any questions or concerns, you may contact me directly. You're welcome to reach out to me at any time. My email is on the city website, but it's jhayes, Jhayes at sfcity.org. And I'm happy to talk to anybody, anytime. So thank you very much for this meeting this evening. And I look forward to the next one.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Hayes. Vice Chair Ponce?
I have no comments.
And I have no comments at this time. Okay, so our next regular meeting is scheduled for March 9th, 2021 at 6:30 p.m. And I will entertain a motion for adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, Commissioner Hayes,
Yes.
Vice Chair Ponce,
Yes.
and I vote yes. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Good night,
you.
everyone.
Good night.
See you next
Good
time.
night.
Okay,
See you
bye.
next time. Bye.
Thank you all.
Thanks, Linda.
Thank you.
Thanks, Linda. Have a
Bye.
nice
Thank you.